talk about variable scope. So let's do it. I'm going to go to CodePen for this. I don't need any HTML or CSS. I'm just going to be using the console here. That's going to show up. So let's make a function. We'll do it the old way. Function, do stuff. Inside do stuff, I have a variable. I'll say var name equals Jack Crawford, Behavioral Science Unit, FBI. And let's make a function inside the function. Question, is name still in scope? Alert, name. Now I need to actually run do stuff. Do stuff. Well, say yeah is never being run. So we've created it, and now let's run say yeah. There we go. Jack Crawford, BSU, FBI. Yes, it's still in scope. Here's the real question. What if I say var quote equals euro? And I say console log quote. Is quote still in scope out there? I can't get it to show my dang console. Come on. Show it to me. Why do you hate me? Show me the gosh darn cussing console. What if I zoom out? Okay, if I zoom out, the console's here. Is this the console? That's not the console. That's the page. There's the console. Sheesh. I drag that onto the page. Well, what's the answer? Is it? No. It is not in scope anymore. Every time you create a new function, you create a new scope. What if I do this? If true, var I equals 7, console log I. What do you think? Seven. Yes. This is different from most programming languages. It doesn't create a new variable scope every time you see curly braces, every time there's a new block, only when you create a new function. New blocks do not create new variable scopes, the way that JavaScript always behaved for about 20 years. That is the difference with let and const. If I say let I equals 7, and I clear this console, then I run it again, it does not log 6. I is undefined. So now this variable only exists inside here. So that is what's different about let and const, and why we never use var anymore. What if you just completely forget to even put var or let or anything? Now it works. And do you know what happens? If I used var, what's the scope of that variable? We learned it's not just the if block, right? It's the nearest containing function. That's the way var works. Var makes the variable local to the function it's inside. So if it's inside an if statement, inside a for loop, inside a function, it's local to the function and will be in scope as long as that function is around. Let and const make it local to the block. So if it's inside an if, it'll be local to that if. If it's inside a for loop, it'll be local to that for loop. If it's inside a function, it'll be local to the function. Now, leaving all of those off does not create an error in JavaScript, which is one of the biggest problems, because it's super easy to just mistype the name of one of your variables, and it will not make an error as soon as you do that. It'll just create a new variable with that name, and it is global. They're always global variables if you don't use var or let or const or anything. And you never want to do that on purpose. And that's one of the things that ESLint can help you with. If you accidentally create a global variable, it'll warn you. So that's what's up with variable scope.